Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how you can, as a data scientist, or if you do a lot of machine learning, data analytics, statistics, and you're using R or R Studio frequently, how you can use PyCharm, an IDE for Python, and write R code and use the infamous Github Copilot to basically boost your productivity by the factor of 10. I tried this out the last couple of weeks, and I can say this is an absolute game changer. And I know that a lot of the R people, the R community was, I don't know, looking with envy at the Python guys and PyCharm and other IDEs where you could use the GitHub Copilot to make code suggestions and basically, shorten your whole development process. And I'm going to show you how you can use R in PyCharm and using the GitHub Copilot. I guess what many of you are familiar with is like the classic R Studio environment, where you have your script and your plots and your console, etc. But I will show that you also can write R scripts in PyCharm, which is a very popular Python IDE. And in PyCharm, we have a plugin called GitHub Copilot, where we can use AI to make suggestions for our scripts. And you can, I think I will show you that we will shorten the development process of an analysis by the factor of 10, if not more, actually. Okay, so what's the deal? Normally, at least in my case, is that my process of writing analysis and stuff usually looks like this. If I write a new script or a project, I will first do a lot of library imports, load, read data, get data from APIs, get data from datasets, from a database, wherever. And then starts the very, very exhausting part of data mangling, where you have to transform data, you have to assign new data types, you have to clean your data, remove outliers and all that stuff. And sometimes this takes, I don't know, it's sometimes 80% to 90% of the whole process. I'm stuck in this part. So this is a real pain in the ass sometimes. I remember using Twitter data and I had like, I don't know, maybe 50,000 JSON files, and they all had to be merged and duplicates removed, inconsistencies removed, and stuff like that. Though this can be really, really time consuming and tedious. When you come to the point when you can actually run your analysis, the stuff you want to get, and then maybe create some plots depending on your context. If you're in science, you will usually have to create plots, or if you're studying at university, writing some science papers or a thesis work, you will have to create a lot of plots, which I also do, and this can also be quite a pain in the ass, actually. Many are maybe familiar with the ggplot library in R. It's a very, very good library. The plots can look really, really beautiful and awesome, but sometimes it takes a lot of time to get there, like to fiddle around with colors and groups and legends and axis titles, etc., etc. So this is also sometimes quite a pain in the ass. And I'm gonna do one small demonstration, and this will be a problem I run into quite often, actually. So let's imagine we have a data set from, I don't know, some website, some organization like the World Health Organization or Our World in Data, Statista, whatever. And what we frequently see is that the data will be in the so-called wide format. Let's say we have the sales for a company or for a product, whatever. And in each country, countries are the rows, and the sales in each year will be the columns. So we can see that this format is not fixed. It will change every year, so you can't use that in a real database, and it's also not suitable for data analysis. If you want to do data analysis, you will usually have to convert this format into the so-called long format, So you have the country in one column and then a year, and you will have for each country and each year you will have the sales. So this would be your correct variables, like what is the country, what's the year, and what are the sales. And I know some time ago, like some years ago, I would usually have written like, I don't know, 3, 4 loops, and I don't know, loop through my data and did this stuff. There are now easier ways to do that, of course, but this sometimes takes some time. Like Google, how do I do that? Sometimes people don't even know what that is and how to name it, that this is wide format and long format and so on. So this is what I'm going to show. And we're going to use AI to make suggestions on how to do that. And then we will use a second data frame. Let's say we have another data set with complaints, also for countries and the years, and we want to merge them. So we get this data frame with country, year, sales, and complaints, and now we can calculate correlations or whatever. So this is a task, okay? So what do we need to do in order to achieve that and to use R in PyCharm? So it's pretty easy. We have to install 2 plugins. Of course, you will need to have PyCharm installed. That's one prerequisite. And then you can go to the plugins right here. And you will need the R language for IntelliJ plugin and the Github Copilot. GitHub Copilot, it's right here. So you have to have a profile. You need to register at GitHub to use the Copilot. I think right now it's $10 a month, but it's worth every dollar, believe me. And then you can activate those 2 plugins, and the rest is easy. We need to create a new project, and we will create an R project in this case. Okay. All right. And there we go. And I have done this already. I will load some libraries here, and to start one command you can use just like in RStudio, like control and return, and then it will feed that command into our the command line, the R interpreter. Okay, and we can load the libraries just like you're used to in, I guess, well, RStudio and any other R environment. Okay, let's have a quick look at our data. Like I said, it's both in the wide format, but not only that. Let's check out the first file. It's called the democracy index. So we can see we have an Excel file, it's country, and the so-called democracy index is in columns. So it's in the wide format. And the second file would be the Gini index. So it's a measure of inequality in a country, and we can see it's a pretty messed up data set. So we have the years in columns, then we have these weird characters in the columns. So we need to get rid of those later. We have points for missing values. We have a lot of columns we actually don't need. One column is the country name. So this is what our data sets look like. Yeah. And usually it would have taken me some minutes to load that stuff and get it clean and transform it to the long format. And now we'll try to use the GitHub Copilot to do that. So all you need to do then is write a comment and what you're about to do, and the GitHub Copilot will make suggestions. For instance, I want to read my first data set, the democracy index file, and create a data frame out of it. So read the democracy index. Okay, I have done this in the past once, so it already knows what I'm about to do. .access. So that means the system will learn from your past analysis and make stuff even quicker, okay? And convert it into a data frame. Yeah, all right. So, and that's about it. The file name is correct, democracyindex.xslx. So we hit control return and our data frame is loaded. It looks like this. Okay, it looks quite good. So the next step would be to, change this thing from wide to long format. Okay, so change data frame frame from wide to long using country. Yeah. And okay, and we're gonna use, we need to name the variable, which is in the cells, and I will call it democracy index. Okay, democracy underscore index as the value column. Yeah, right. And voila, there we go. It uses the dplyr package, this piping syntax, to create a new data frame, which is the democracy index long. And let's just check this one out, view the table, and we see, wow, it worked like a charm. Okay, no problem at all. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to just close the old ones. Okay, nice. Let's check out the structure of the data frame. And as we can see, it still has two variables in character format, which should be numbers, like the year and the democracy index. So we're gonna change the year in column to numeric. It already guesses because I have done this before. So yeah, this is really crazy. So if you do this a lot, things will get so easier and so faster, because yeah, if you do stuff a lot of times, it will guess it even better and better each time. Yeah, so let's change. I will wait for the suggestion. Okay, we changed the year, and also okay, I have forgotten to also change the democracy index to numeric, right? So, and there you go. Just hit enter and check the structure again. As we can see, wow, now it's a number. Both are numbers, year and democracy index. And there we go. Okay, maybe we can just plot a small histogram of the democracy index. Oh, wow. Okay. It suggested that we color the columns blue, and it even gave it a name. Ah, man, this is so awesome. Okay, as you can, I mean, I guess this demonstrates how quickly you will get going in your analysis. And maybe we want to do even fancier stuff, like not create a box plot. This is also already a suggestion for a comment, but I want to create, I want to plot a timeline of the average democracy index over the years, basically. Yeah, over the years. So I want to see how the, okay, I have a typo here, how this democracy index evolved over the years in our data frame. And it also uses this piping syntax. So we group by year, we summarize with the average, with the mean. And since we have do we have missing data? Let's check it out. Oh no, okay, we don't have missing data in this data frame. And as we can see, the democracy index went like this over the year from, I don't know, 1990 or 2000 to 2020. Wow, huh? That was quick, man. And even for that plot, it would have taken me quite some time. Okay, well, let's load the second data set. Okay, so let's say load the genie.xslx file and store it in the data frame genie. All right, here we go. Okay, and there you go. Now we have this really messy data frame with a lot of columns we don't need, like series name, series code, country name we need, country code we don't, and the rest like we've seen before in the Excel file. Okay, so the first thing I would do is get rid of those columns, remove the column series name, and what was it? Series code, I think. Country name and country code, no, but the country name we need to keep. Okay, we can remove those. And there we go. Voila, we use a select on this one. We could have filtered this also differently with the square brackets, but should work just fine. Let's check it out, and they're gone. Perfect. Now I think, well, we could think about maybe, yeah, let's just rename the variable, rename the country name to okay, it just guesses what I want to do, because in my other data frame this one was called country and I want to have it the same because we want to later merge those data frames, so they should be the same name. All right, perfect. Okay, and then okay, I haven't even typed one thing, but now I actually want to do, yeah, it's right, I want to change it from wide to long format using country and the year as a column and the value column, wait, year column as the no, the using country and no, we want to use the Gini as value. Yeah, that should be it, I think. So we wanna, it should be transformed by country and using country and year, country and year, and use Gini as value. Maybe what did I say? Using country and use democracy index as the value column. So value column, okay, maybe like this. So let's check it out. Country and year, okay. Well, let's check it out. Blah, 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 genau. So not country, year should be fine. Dun, 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 dun. Names too. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just checking out if it's doing the same. Names to year, yeah, looks good. Okay, let's try it out. Genie long. And as we can see, yeah, worked like a charm. We have country, we have the year, and we have the Genie, which is still with those dots. So we need to convert no, wait, we cannot convert the year yet because it has this weird format. We need to get rid of those brackets. And fortunately, we can see that the first 4 letters are always the year. So I will make use of that and tell it to basically remove everything but the first 4 characters. So that should do the trick, I hope. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Remove everything but the first 4 characters from the year column. Yeah, right. And there you go. Goodbye. Let's check it out. And it's gone. Perfect. And now we can convert year column. Oh, we're gonna convert year and Genie to numeric. And I think in this case it will just create NAs for the dots, which would be fine by me. And there you go. Okay. Yeah, it says NAs introduced by coercion, but that's fine by me because those are missing values indeed. If that would be something we do not want, then we would have filtered for the 2 dots and replaced them with NAs or something like that. But as you can see, I am not typing any code. I'm just typing, comments and saying what I want to do, and maybe just checking back. But so far, there was not much to check, you know. All right, so let's do the same. Plot a timeline of the average Gini index over the years. Yeah, perfect. I want to do that. Sounds good. Let's try it out. All right. Okay. Wait, we have a problem here because we have a lot of NAs. So we need to remove those first and say, okay, this would be true. All right, then try it again. And voila, there you go. Now you have your average Gini over the years plotted in one plot, timeline. And I guess we could also make this more fancy. All right, and now we wanna, actually merge those 2 data frames, which is already suggested. Merge the democracy index long and Gini long data frames. I think it will even check that we want to merge them by country. Let's try it out. Yeah. Country and year. Yeah, of course. Country and year. Wow, that's good. If not, you could just state here by country and year. So this would be the combination that makes one row unique. So that's perfectly fine by me. And now we have our democracy Genie data frame, and that is our merged data frame. So we have the democracy index, the year, the Genie index, which has a lot of missing values for some years and some countries. And well, there you go. All data mangling done in, I don't know, 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, plot a scatter plot of the democracy and Genie index. But it makes no sense to do that for all years. So let's say for the year 2018. Let's try this one out. Voila. There you go. I mean, even the titles are good. I mean, it's incredible. Okay, this one does not look too good. Don't see quite a great correlation in there, but this is just some demo data. So I didn't look into the data, to be honest, before doing this. Okay, wow, that is interesting. Okay, that is totally different from the year before. Well, 2018, 3 years. Wow, okay. Maybe we should even try something even more, or just let's say, I don't know, correlate the, yeah, should be a comment for the year 2018. So if you want to do an analysis, what would you do? Of course, you could have just used the core function. So it will select democracy index. All right, yeah, it will pass the data frame filtered by the year into the core function. And as we can see, it's 0.16. We could also maybe just try the core test function. Okay, no, it does not work with this one. We would need in another format, and let's just keep it that way just for the sake of simplicity. And yeah, maybe do the same because this looks so much different, which is kind of interesting. 2021, and there you go. And it's 0.37. Wow, that is interesting. I mean, it's different direction and much stronger. Okay, wow. Maybe we should just plot the whole correlation over the years. Plus, no plot. Let's say the correlation of Genie and democracy over the years. Yeah, exactly. So that would be quite difficult for me to figure out usually. Oh no, it looks easy. Okay, GM smooth. Yeah, that looks good. Oh wow. But where is over the years? But it's not grouped by year. So that won't work. Okay, no, that can. Let's try it again. This will not work. So, see, you need to know what you want to do. Plot the correlations of the Genie index over the years. Maybe it's just, I want every correlation in every year. All right, there you go. Because we need to group by year and make the correlation for each year. That's what we need. Wow, this is awesome. This is so fast. And there we have the correlation between those two variables changing over the course of every year. So we can see it's pretty stable until, I don't know, 2019. And then we have this strange peak. That is interesting. Okay. And of course you could say now, I don't know, stuff like save the data frame as Excel or whatever, yeah, Excel file, and yeah, okay, and there you go. Okay, so I think you can see how much faster you will be with this kind of stuff now. I mean, this goes so fast. How many minutes was it? Like 10, and I was talking, did a lot of talking, yeah, and we have done a lot of stuff like transforming from long to wide format, cleaning out, merging data frames, creating plots, creating aggregated group plots with ggplot, which usually would take me a lot of time Googling on Stack Overflow. So I think this is a real game changer for data science and data analytics when using R. So because the stuff I tried out in the last couple of weeks, I don't know, I'm like one tenth of the time I usually need to do these scripts, these analysis. It goes so fast, and it's getting even faster the more I do, because as you saw, it makes suggestions based on my previous commands I did with other files. So this is really, really awesome. So I hope I could show you how you can boost up your game in data science using PyCharm, using R in PyCharm, using two plugins, Github Copilot and the R for IntelliJ plugin. And well, then happy data science.